Now let's see what that is. Close. Just a warning notice coming up. Anyway, hello to everyone. Good evening. It's Monday evening, 6 o'clock GMT here in the UK, and it's wonderful to see all of you. It's the first time we've done a YouTube live, and it's very exciting to share lots of interesting news with you. Now, of course, many of you will know that we're running a competition at the moment to win a pre-production prototype of our Helicon Master. Now, the Master series is something we've worked on for a long time, since 2018. And in our production process, and we've not rushed anything, we make a few pre-production prototypes. And basically that means they're just 00 serial numbers, and we use them for different purposes, for press, for photography. And this claret, we had one extra. It's not been looked at much. It's here in there. And it's a pleasure to have this as part of our competition. And as many of you will have subscribed know, that it's for subscribers only. It was to celebrate reaching 1,000 subscribers, so thank you very much, and to help us grow this channel. So there is a chance to win this claret Helicon Master. It's a fantastic dial, if I may say so, which was developed by Danielle after we worked on a piece unique, a one-off, or actually two-off piece that we made for a watch manufacturer in Paris. And it took a lot of time to achieve, and we're very proud of it. So if you want to win this watch, there is a YouTube short I did earlier and this YouTube live here. And all you have to do is comment claret and be one of our subscribers in the comment section. And then what we will do is we will on Wednesday use a random generator to pick one winner anywhere in the world, and we'll send you this claret Helicon Master. So thank you for your support, and I wanted to use this opportunity to explain why this YouTube channel is important to us. First of all, it's to keep you up to date with what we're doing, and it's to share some of our ideas, some of our experiences, some of our knowledge, and try and do things a little bit differently. Daniel and I have been in the industry since about 2008. We worked and still work for some other brands, doing all sorts of things. We've been involved with some projects which we can't talk about, some of which we can, and a lot of which we're proud about. And we want to share that knowledge with you. Helicon is our passion. It's what we love to do. And I think still in this day and age, there's a lot that goes on in the watch industry that makes no sense to me. And we want to be transparent. So many of you will know that we'll be launching our new chronograph any minute. I mean, we're virtually there now. I'll have to supervise assembly just after Christmas. And I'll be bringing you updates, not just of the case making as we've done before and the machining, but of the assembly and the testing and everything that we do. We're also making big inroads in 2026 because we are essentially bringing all our assembly and testing back to the UK. So not only is our prototyping and designing done in the UK, but our assembling and testing will be as well. And with your support, we'll be doing even more as we go forward. And we think that's very important. Even down to the packaging we're making is going to be made in the UK, and the design for the packaging, the tooling, the manufacturing, and how everything goes together is going to be done in the UK. And I will bring you updates of that. The important thing to say is that we're a family business. It's Danielle, my wife, and I. We work very closely together, and all of the people we work with, the assembly is being done by an Amiga certified watchmaker, father and son. The testing's done by one of the wives. The tooling for our packaging is being done by a husband and wife team. The case back work is being done by a husband and wife team. And the tooling for the foil and the boxes and how they're going to be created is done by a husband and wife team. So we're very much trying to support small English British businesses like us. And it's only with your support that we can do what we love. And I have to say a massive thank you to all our customers who talk to us, and you will talk to us when you email, give us so much support and so much encouragement, and really form what we do next. And we want to reward you. We want you to be part of this process. So 2026 is going to be very exciting. You've seen the chronograph. There are more things in the pipeline which we're really excited about. All of them will be a long way off. And the practical reason for that is because we take time and we want you to be that process, part of that process. So thank you. this weekend has been amazing. We've had our best year ever by a long way. I've been packing orders all day with Danielle and shipping. We have shipped watches to Spain, to Belgium, to California, to the UK, to all over the place. And I think that's been really amazing. And two of the orders this week have come in from repeat customers. And that means that they've bought, in their cases, two masters, and in some cases 3 and 4 masters. So it's wonderful for us that people love the watch and find it accessible, that they want to add another to their collection. And of course we're biased, but we like to think that what we've done is very special, and every master, every dial iteration has its own look, and they are limited. I go on about this because I have a big thing about limited being limited, but the reality is that these are limited. There are 50 made, there are 49 available. We have, as I said, photography samples, and once they're sold, they're sold. There will not be a Master Mark II. There will not be another iteration next year. There'll not be new dial colors. Today I'm wearing my Leitchen, which sold out a long time ago. I get an email or two every week saying, when's it coming back? And it's not. So as I'm doing this video, we have one ultramarine blue left. I have 4 claret left. I have equally small amounts of granite and iridium as well. So once they're gone, they're gone. And that's our way of saying what we do is special. We have plenty of ideas, and that's really what we want to do, share things special with you. Now, I've got some comments coming in. Lots of people saying hello, which is great to see, and hello people. And I've got lots of people who really understand. Let me just tell you about this channel. Now, there are many watch channels out there, YouTube watch channels. There are even some YouTubers who are making their own watches now, but I don't think there's many where the manufacturer will talk to you like this. The watch world is a small community. I know that many years ago, Mark from Long Island Watch started his channel. I've got a lot of time for Mark. He is a very nice and humble guy. And we have a lot of friends in the industry, and we want to be bringing you not just Helicon news, but chats with our friends. You will have seen a chat I did recently with Chris at Silverhand. You will have seen a chat I've done with Daniel at Somho, who is a really wonderful and informed vintage watch specialist here in London. And I'm going to be bringing you more of those chats as we go through, because I think that's so important. We want to unravel the world of watchmaking and really take you inside. And I've actually today invited some famous YouTubers to come on our channel and have a chat about what they do and about how they see the watch world and what's going on. There are lots of watch channels at the moment that have very big viewerships and talk about the same releases, but there's a lot of YouTubers out there who work very hard talking about different watches and different things in the industry, and we all have to work together to support each other. So that's the purpose of this channel, to really celebrate watches, to bring you lots of content, and to talk about what we're doing. I'm happy to say that when I do these videos, I'm not short of words. I have worked in the industry in a public profile as well, presenting brands, writing content. I've also worked in the after sales industry. I set up after sales for Sin in the UK, for Fortis, for Larco, lots of these different independent brands. I've visited watch manufacturing around the world: Germany, Pforzheim, Glashütte. I've been to Switzerland many times. I've even been to Asia. In the earlier part of this year, I had my friend Hiro across from Tokyo in Japan, and Hiro is responsible for movement manufacturer. And basically, it's not a public event. We invited some of our customers. We went to a pub, and Hiro talked about Seiko Japan, about Grand Seiko, about production, about basically, I mean, everything that Seiko do. Seiko is still a family-owned business, and I think people around the table were amazed that someone from Seiko was talking to them. I mean, quite frankly, off the record, it's a big corporation, but just how Seiko as a corporation are just seminal in the watch world. And I think that contact with Hiro, and Hiro and I have known each other for about 10 years, is really wonderful. Our movements for our chronographs are being assembled, and they're finished now. Actually, they were made in Tokyo. We have to order them months and months in advance, and that production in Tokyo is now getting ready to be assembled with our watches. So that's the sort of insight that I want to bring to this channel. And in all ways in the watch world, the bigger audience I have, I don't think YouTube monetization is a big thing anymore. I don't think people are, unless they've got millions of subscribers, are making huge amounts of money. But it's a platform in which I can talk about watches as I get used to this software and I get people to help me, I can answer your questions quite openly. And hopefully we can bring you more open forums and discussions about the watch world and what we're doing. And it's your channel. We want to know what you want to do. Um, I think, as I said, what's wonderful is just the support we've had, the customers that talk to us, people who really engage with us about what they want to do and share their passion with us. We had a customer who came and ordered a master because his friend was really passionate about his master. And these are people choosing watches irregardless of the price, and we're always going to try and keep things at a reasonable level. We can either invest in massive marketing, um, bringing in retailers, going to lots of events, big glossy advertising, and maybe even a sponsorship or two, or we can keep the prices reasonable. And from my point of view, I want to keep things simple. I want to focus on good design. I want to focus on fantastic quality, good after sales, and innovation. And at that point, I have to just talk about Danielle, my wife, who is instrumental in the business, not just in running the business, but also in the design. A lot of the work you'll see on every part of our watch is done by her. She will go off with a brief, which we've discussed, and I will leave her to think about that brief, and she'll come back with some really incredible details. I'm going to put as the thumbnail for this video some detail work taken by Robbie and Watches. He took a brilliant picture of one of our watches. And I just looked at that image of the dial about 18 months after we did it. And I thought she did such a fantastic job. The balance of the dial, the font, the wording was just so perfect in my mind that when we come to put these things to production, we really are happy with it ourselves. But that's the level of passion that we do. You've got a husband and wife team where we're doing everything. She at the moment is doing all the box work. I'm just going to reach up here. This is not the finished box, but these are just prototype boxes of just Danielle's mocking around with. This is a foil. This is a black foil done in Hove in Sussex. They will be different from this, I promise you. But I'm saying all of this is done in-house by us. And there's lots of things that never see the light of day. So I'm very proud of that. I'm very proud of being independent. I'm very proud of being small. And again, we can only do it with your support. Now, as I said, a lot of repeat buyers, a lot of people who rave about our watches as these watches become sold out, and the chronograph is only 75 pieces per color. The last time I checked and we had pre-orders over the weekend, we were about 40% sold out on all colors, or pre-sold on all colors. And that's wonderful because it shows a level of really faith in us. And I think that's amazing. We're very proud of that. As I said, 2026 is going to be really exciting. There's lots going to happen. We can only make it happen so far. As I said, those components for the chronographs are being really finally finished now. It's Christmas break soon here in the UK, so nothing's going to be done at the end of the year, but I've scheduled that. But hopefully in January, we'll be assembling those watches, and I'll be bringing you insights from inside the workshop and showing you the extensive level of equipment. These are people who, as I said, are Amiga certified. They work on some really obscure brands as well, like Corum, some of the Corum bridge movements, they were working with, and I think they actually can work on Nomos now as well. So these are quite complex in-house movements, and with the support that we can have from you, I can make our designs not just the look, but also the movements more complex. But I'm only going to do that with your support. So I have plans for the future, but you're going to see them first, and we're going to gauge your support. When we designed the Helicon chronograph, and I'm just going to show you this box art again, the inspiration was the Mustard project, which was multi-use space transport and recovery device. And this was a British shuttle, a British space shuttle that was designed in the 1960s and was never completely funded. There were drawings done, there were calculations done. If you look on YouTube, there's a channel called Haze Grey Art. And if you look in Project Mustard, you'll see how this shuttle worked. It was so ahead of its time, but the inspiration for that then gave me the inspiration that as we brought our watchmaking assembly to the UK, what British theme could we use? And then I thought, the Moonswatch, British watch assembled in this fantasy project. It just all seemed to come together, and you all really love the theme, and that's why I'm so thrilled. We also haven't really started marketing it yet, so everything we've done has been self-generated. There is one sample out for review. Jason, the watch guy, was massively supportive. We met him at British Watchmakers, so he had one of the first samples review. Time Bombardier also, who is a big fan of ours, and I mean that in the nicest way. He actually bought one of our watches, and we actually went and delivered the watch to his house, and we had a chat and sit down with his wife and family. And is that sort of engagement I like. Sorry, if you're going to buy a watch from me, I'm going to explain to you how we created it. That's just the way we are, really. And that's why, again, on the website, you'll see there's regular updates. The newsletter on our website sends regular updates, and all those people who've pre-ordered the chronograph are getting really early updates. So that's just the way I want to do it, for better or for worse. Sorry, got to put my glasses on again and seeing some of these messages. Evening tips week, evening, John. These are all people who've been wonderfully supportive of us, and thank you very much. Once again, please do comment Claret in these videos, and Lisa, who helps me out on marketing and running the website, will put all these names into a random generator and we'll pick them out on Wednesday. So thank you for all your support. As I said, is there a plan to do various straps for the chronograph as per the Dive Master? Yes, there is. It is all in the tooling stage at the moment. And I will be bringing the pre-order people updates very, very soon. I don't want to say any more because it's not been confirmed, but yes, I'm working on other straps and options. They'll all be limited. It's been such a success and people like the strap that I just probably should have done it in a different way in the beginning, honestly. But yeah, I'm working on some other updates and stuff, and pre-order people will get to know first. There's also, it's called the Mustard chronograph, but I've called it with a professional chronograph because we've also been working, as I have done in the past, with private clients, let's just say private clients, I can't talk about it, who've also been involved with that project, and they will also be having some custom work on those as well. So yes, stay in touch on the newsletter. This is where you're going to find out about it. Yes, thank you. There's also other projects coming in 2026, one particularly I'm proud of, and I will give you updates to that. We are really, really early stages, so it could be 2026 or 27, but it'll be an interesting step for us. Again, moving forward, learning the lessons of what people want and understand, and hopefully rewarding you all with something special. So really excited for what's coming in 2026. I looked at how we'd grown in the last year, and in business, you know, many of you will be working and running in organizations and also working with quite responsible jobs. I know that many of our customers have extraordinary jobs, from firefighters to senior management people to ambulance service workers, some people working offshore, and we all have different pressures and are pulled in directions. And you know, this year, you know, it's been, we did the Glasgow Watch Show, we supported the Bond experience over in the USA. Jay Sadowski's been talking about our bonding experience watch, because we are about 2 miles from Elstree Film Studios. I'm there quite a lot. I know people in the industry, and we just use that inspiration for really going forward into a sort of British design. But what I'm trying to say is that when we look back at the year, and it's been a whirlwind of a year, I just am absolutely humbled by the growth we've had. So we want to continue that and continue it in an intelligent way. I'm just looking at some of this comments. What are we talking about, Tyler? We're talking about Helicon, the watch company. I'm Helicon Watches with my wife, Danielle. Danielle is not particularly keen on being in front of the camera. She'd much rather be designing. And as some of you will have seen in some of my social media clips, she starts off with a pen and paper. Danielle started her career in movie posters, actually in graphic design. And we were invited to a preview of a collection of original movie posters that had been lost in an archive. I have to try and remember. It was a Soho marketing agency. You're talking about Ferris Bueller's Day Off, and one of the things they were very proud of was Top Gun, the original Top Gun. And they were getting these posters out, and Daniel said, "I did those." And they said, "What do you mean?" And she will have to explain it because I don't understand. But pre-DTP, so desktop computer, so Danielle transitioned to computer. Everything on those things was done with scalpels and with Letraset, and it was really cut around all the images. This is to create the artwork, not the design, but the artwork. And that's what Danielle did. She specialized in video cassette recorder covers, VCR covers. And from that, she's gone to do various things. I don't know if I've shared it on social media. She did some work for Braun GP, Ross Braun and his lovely wife, who are amazing people and were supporting a charity that we're involved with, Little Havens Hospice. did some artwork. They sponsored it. It was signed by Lewis Hamilton. And it's in Ross's private garage, which I've never seen, but must be amazing. And that's a good example of someone who is super smart, but absolutely charming. I mean, people bend over backwards. But that sort of thing Ross has done. She did something with, we had a wonderful evening with the Australian F1 driver. You'll know who I mean, Mark Webber, who was the most funny evening host and just basically said to everyone, turn your phones off and I'll have a proper conversation. And it was just the funniest conversation. So a real gentleman. But I'm proud of Danielle and what she's done. And with the work in Helicon, I think that's equally valuable. And it's what we enjoy. This is our pleasure, really. If we can move from day to day and grow our business slowly and carefully, that's really what we want to do. And that's what we're proud of. Um, you just saw a spider behind my picture frame, probably. Probably. Um, and yeah, please do put this into Claret into the comments, and Lisa will pick them out. Yeah, we are looking at alternatives for the chronograph, so don't worry, we are looking at that. I'm very proudly looking at that. So yes, so that will wrap out our first YouTube live. I've had a great response here. I am really not knowing what I'm doing, but hey, that's the charm of it. If any of you have any further questions, then please do send them in by email. You're only going to get myself or Daniel or Lisa answering you. It's going to be an exciting Christmas. I don't think we'll have much time off over Christmas, to be blunt. We've got so many things going on. And as I said, once again, thank you to all of your support and your passion. Now, I'll try and post this video on YouTube so it sticks there. Lisa will probably do a new banner for me. But once again, if there's anything you want me to talk about on this channel, I've covered a lot of ground in the industry. Going back to Basel, being with Bremont on one of their first launches, I'm happy to talk about it. And if there are any other guests in the industry or have some interesting stories who want to come on the channel, then I'm open. It'd be interesting to hear their views. Quite often when you meet people from the industry, they are not what you expect. And I will say one thing for sure: the real stars and celebrities of this industry do not get the limelight they deserve. And there are some amazing people out there, like, for instance, Amy, who does our dials, who I've known since 1992, just give us incredible support. So once again, thank you for supporting. Please do keep commenting on this video. I can see that I'm getting a good response from this. So, we'll do this again. And if there are any topics you'd like me to cover, then please put them in the comments below. Thanks all, and thank you for watching.